Hey everybody, I am back with another product review. This is a retractable leash with a little log here on it, sorry. This is a retractable leash from a company called OLLIN. It's OLLIN, and this is the Pugga leash. You'll see the little sticker right there that says Pugga. This leash you can find on Amazon for surprisingly only $12, which is extremely affordable, much cheaper than a lot of retractable leashes, a lot of similar products. That's great, obviously, if you're budget conscious, but it's not without its flaws. So you're paying a cheaper price, and you're certainly getting a product that's not as top quality as other leashes. However, I'm going to do this product review, and you're going to see that that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you have a small dog, this is still going to be a product that's going to work, and you're going to save quite a bit of money. So I think it's okay. I've been trying this with our little beagle. She weighs about 25 pounds. The retractable leash is 16 feet long, and this is weighted for dogs up to 50 pounds. So our little beagle's right in the middle. She is still leash training and learning to walk on a leash. So she does pull sometimes, and sometimes she just walks regularly. Sometimes it's hard to get her to start walking because she's a little nervous. She's in the very beginning stages of leash training, so you know, she's a little sporadic, and this has been really great for her. I don't know how well it would do with a dog that was closer to that 50-pound range that pulled on a leash. I personally don't recommend retractable leashes for dogs that are not leash trained 100%. If your dog pulls, if they're just not leash trained, retractable leashes can be very dangerous if your dog is not leash trained, if he's hyperactive, if he, our chocolate lab she loves for some reason to spin around backwards and look at me and then spin completely around and start walking again. So with a retractable leash and a cord like that, you want to be very, very careful if your dog isn't 100% leash trained. And the other thing is, if your dog pulls and he's, like I said, closer to that 50-pound barrier, that's putting a lot of pressure on this leash, and it very well could break the mechanisms that are inside of the leash that let it wind and unwind and break and lock it. But that can be said for every retractable leash. This one, where it's a little bit cheaper, it just may have cheaper quality products on the inside, so it might be more susceptible to that. I don't know. Like I said, our two older dogs don't pull on the leash. Our chocolate lab is foolish, but she doesn't pull on the leash, so I did not test it with them for that reason, you know, to see if it would break if they pulled on it. But our little beagle, 25 pounds, she pulls, and it's held up to her fine for a few weeks now. Again, it's 16 feet long, and it's made of this tangle-free nylon strap that's also supposed to not prevent burns, but it's better so that it doesn't burn your hands. It's not guaranteed not to burn your hands, but it is made of a material that won't burn as easily as some leashes, where, you know, if you have to, for some reason, you should never do this, but if you do, hold it by this part. Sometimes if the leash goes like, you know, retracts while you're holding, it can burn your hands. So this one's made of the material that is, you know, again, not guaranteed to not burn you, but it's certainly designed so that it won't burn you. It has an ergonomic handle with a rubber grip, which is really nice. The ergonomic handle, you can see there's little indents here for your fingers, and it kind of bows out a little bit in the middle. It is very comfortable. I have very small hands, very, very petite hands, and you can see that there's plenty of room in here, which is something that I look for. Sometimes a handle will fit me very well, and I'm not really thinking about the fact that my husband has much bigger hands than I have, so I buy this, and then when he puts his hand in, it's very uncomfortable for him. So this is different. You can see I can fit my entire hand, my entire palm in there, close my fist, and there's still a gap. So there's plenty of room in here if you have bigger hands, or you're like our family and there's somebody in your family with bigger hands. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that, which is nice. The leash itself is smaller than a lot of retractable leashes I've used, which is nice as well. A lot of times with a smaller leash comes a smaller handle, so that's something that this leash from OLLIN does not do, which I like, but the leash is still small, which means that it's lightweight, so you're less apt to get hand fatigued from hanging onto a leash for going on long walks. So the handle, again, is the ergonomic and has the rubber grip. It's an anti-slip grip, so you don't have to worry about your hand sliding around. It says in the product description that it makes no noise. We have a boxer who's very skittish. She's a rescue, and any noise by her head especially terrifies her. Just clipping a collar onto her and that snap that a collar makes when you clip it, that scares her. So retractable leashes that do this, she does not like that. We use a standard leash with her for that reason, and if you have a dog that's a little bit skittish, doesn't like strange noises, especially around their head, which is very common in dogs that are more sensitive, it does say that it makes no noise. I will say it makes less noise than some of the retractable leashes that I've used, but it still makes a noise that you can hear very plainly. So this is something that I would not recommend if your dog is more skittish. Obviously that's when it's going quickly, but even when your dog runs or lets some of the leash out, you hear that. So if your dog's more timid, you might not want that. It is quieter than some of the other leashes that I've used, but I certainly wouldn't say that it makes no noise. Again, you can buy this for $12, so it's much cheaper than a lot of the similar products on the market. It has this locking brake. Now, usually if a product costs you less, it's made with cheaper materials, and really the biggest drawback that I found, the leash is made with supposedly with wear resistant nylon, which we've been using this for a while now, and I do this all the time. And it's no signs of wear at all. So the nylon's good quality. The plastic on the outside is hard. It feels fairly durable. The handle is not as comfortable as some of the handles that I've used, but it is decent. But I think where you're losing your quality is with this lock and brake, and I will show you why I mean that. This one feature that I don't like on any leashes, when you push this in, this is supposed to automatically lock, which I don't like. Usually when you push it in, it breaks, and then there's usually like a little switch or something that you flip up to lock it. I believe on this one, that's what you're supposed to do, is you're supposed to push this button in and then slide this up to lock it. But sometimes when you push it, it automatically locks. I'm only touching this big part, okay? I'm not touching the lock, and that time it locks. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That time it locked and then let go. So now it's locked. I didn't push the lock, but it is locked. And sometimes it just breaks. Whoops. That time it locked. And it's not, like, I'm pushing it all the way down. You can see how sporadic it is either way. Obviously I can't get it to what I want when I want it to do it. But sometimes it does just break, other times it locks. Sometimes it doesn't lock fully like that, and it'll pull. That time it locked fully. That time it didn't. So this time it locked fully. Nope, it didn't. If you watched, I didn't push down on the unlock. So this time it locked fully. I can't, and I have to release it. That time it didn't lock fully. I didn't have to push it. So, I say that this isn't a deal breaker only because the leash is so cheap. For $12, you are not going to find a retractable leash of any better quality on the market. And if you're not, I'll say this for my personal opinion, we live in a rural area. Oftentimes I walk my dog on either a walking trail, an ATV trail in the woods, or a biking trail, something like that, a hiking trail. We do walk our dogs on the road, but we live on a side road where there's not much traffic. So having a leash that the brake and the lock aren't 100% reliable, for $20, $15 less than what you would spend on a really high quality retractable leash, or a high quality retractable leash is going to be at least double the cost of this one. To me, it's not a huge deal because I don't rely on the lock and the brake 100%. If, for example, I see a car coming or something, I can, either way, I just hold my finger down on it if I want to stop my dog. So that's, to me, that's not a big deal. If you're looking for something that's going to lock and break with ease all the time, say you take your dog to a dog park or you hike in an area where there are a lot of people, if there's a dog walking trail around you or something like that, where you really want to be able to break and lock with ease every time and not have to worry about that, this break and lock mechanism is not what you want. But if you're more lenient and you don't necessarily need one that is gonna break immediately, it breaks fine when you hit it. It's just sometimes I always hold my finger on it just to be sure if I need it to be locked. Because it doesn't always lock when you want it to. So I always hold my finger there. If you don't care about that and you want a cheaper product, this is fine. If you do care a lot about that locking and breaking when you need it, and that's one of your top things that you're looking for in a retractable leash, this one from OLLIN probably isn't for you. So you can find this product on Amazon. If you are watching this on YouTube, that link will be down in the video description for you. And if you're watching this on our website, it'll be down in the written review. You can find a link to that. If you are watching this on YouTube, I encourage you to jump on our website, which is topdogtips.com. You can find a lot more product reviews, comparisons, how-to videos. We have articles on everything from dog food to dog grooming and dog businesses. So be sure to jump on there. And if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns about this product review or anything else that you find on our website, feel free to get in contact with me. You can find my information on our website. You can also find us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, we're on Instagram, and again, of course, our YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube or like us on Facebook and Twitter, or you can get on our website and subscribe to our newsletter to stay up to date with everything that we post. I post a couple new product reviews every week. We do giveaways, we do how-to videos, comparison videos again. We have tons of new articles coming out all the time. So if you're interested in all things dog, make sure that you follow us. And again, if you have any comments or anything like that, leave them on our website. You can send me an email. My email is samantha@topdogtips.com. You can find us on social media, and any of those comments that you leave on our Facebook page or Twitter or anything like that will get back to me as well. I would be happy to answer any of your questions about this OLLIN leash, and I would be happy to help with anything else that you may have that's dog related. If you have a suggestion for something that you're looking for and you can't find a product review or how-to video or an article of some sort, be sure you pass that along to me, because I would love to help you out with that. See if we can get some products to review for you or give you some tips and post those on our website. Chances are, if you have a question, other dog owners are looking for the same answer. So I'm always happy to answer questions and help out. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Again, follow us. Make sure that you stay up to date. Later next week, I have another giveaway coming for you guys. And of course, my product review, as well as some how-to videos next week. So stay tuned for those, and I will see you guys in a few days. Thanks.